My name is Dale Shipman, and welcome to the Missouri Model Railroad Museum. The idea came about with the help of two other individuals besides myself, Darrell Swofford and Bill Siegel. And with the City of Independence and the museum here, they had a sign on the wall that had said, "From trails to rails." And I said, our idea was to show the history of the state of Missouri. After the wagons left, it was a railroad. So I said, let's do a railroad museum with the history of the state of Missouri. And that really got the ball rolling with the City of Independence and everything. And that was a little over 2.5 years ago. The Railroad Museum here is really telling about the history of the railroad that entered Missouri. And we're doing it through different scale models, from the G scale exhibit to the HO exhibit. Even in our Lionel exhibit, we're showing different history of things that happened in Independence and across the state of Missouri. The biggest thing is, on the HO exhibit, the trains start from Union Station in Kansas City and they head east all the way to St. Louis. So if you were to take the Amtrak train, many of the things that you would see on the River Runner between Kansas City and St. Louis will be shown on the HO exhibit in great super detail. Some of our biggest challenges was what were we going to do as far as acquiring different artifacts and things like that. And we were very, very fortunate. One individual, Elvin Van Delsen family, Elvin had passed away and they wanted to donate their artifacts, his collection and everything, to the museum. And we met with the family and they decided to donate almost his entire collection to the museum. So that was really the piece that started the museum really getting going with artifacts. Well, being a non-for-profit organization, we're driven by volunteers. We don't hire anybody, and we've got an active list of about 38, but we've really got about 20 volunteers who have committed a huge amount of time to it. The volunteers who are working here for the museum are all train lovers, history lovers. Backgrounds are everything from architects to engineers to attorneys to janitors to salesmen to gift shop owners to police officers. They've all volunteered to come in here, and it's a passion and love that they have, besides just the models, but of train history. Most organizations can only wish for a listing of volunteers that we have here at the museum. We've got retired bridge engineers who work for MoDOT. We've got, again, Uncle Buck, a retired architect. We've got retired carpenters who are very professional carpenters that work along with Buck. And so when these pieces are put together, they're built to perfection. Another key important in all the different exhibits is electronics. And we have a retired IT technician who handles all this electronics, the communications, from the Lionel to the HO to the G scale.
I'm not the best modeler. I mean, if you look at my stuff, it's anything but perfect. In G gauge, we have a 10-foot rule. If you're 10 feet away from it, and that's primarily for outside stuff. Here, people are like, you're standing to the HO layout behind you, and you look at it kind of closely. So I've done a lot of stuff in my basement, usually 3/8 plywood. Here I'm using a 3mm basswood to build stuff. I bought a lot of trim from Hobby Lobby, little squares, and I'm trying to upgrade my act. I'm doing stuff at my little work table all the time when I'm here. I have my tablet, I'm running the train back and forth. It's a dead end on the G, so I do that. I don't run it real fast. It hits the end masonite and tries to push it off the end of the layout, but it works. So people actually see me. The last couple of days, I was carving some scenery, so they saw me doing that. I do that here. Every building that I built, I go and take pictures of it. One day I was in Englewood, it started to snow and I was taking pictures. And I have those to refer to. I've never tried to measure anything there with a tape because I don't want to get anybody excited about what I'm doing. I'll do a simple foot measurement where you walk. It's close enough. And as I say, like Englewood Theater's probably 60 feet wide. My Englewood Theater in G scales, maybe 20 at the most. So I just have to reduce it. And I'll usually start sketching out by hand what I'm doing, normally sitting in the living room with a clipboard or just a little desk. I can show you something here. As you'll see in the G exhibit, this is something I do with CAD. It's very old CAD, I might add. This was a plan for, I don't know, spread it out. And it's probably too hard for you to see in this, but it was to support the Kansas City Southern passenger train that's on the wall above the G gauge. So there's a plan up above. I measured where it went, and that's what that sort of long, skinny rectangle is. And then I did a little elevation of the engines and cars on it, and the ductwork above, just to give it a rationale of what's there. But that's what you have to do, like I said in the existing. You have to figure out what's there first and make it adapt.
The exhibits are state-of-the-art exhibits with push-button activities for the kids, for our visitors to see and take part in. Again, it all goes back to our volunteers, and we have a tremendous talent force of volunteers.
Hi, I'm Norman Schreiber. I'm a director with the Missouri Model Railroad Museum, and I also am in charge of the electrical on the HO exhibit. So behind me is our computer system that we actually run that exhibit with. We use a combination of JMRI, which is Java Model Railroad Interface, and CMRI, which is Computer Model Railroad Interface, to run that. You can notice on the screen here on the right, that is a complete layout, a design of the HO display. And if you'll notice, there's some tracks in red. When a train enters that block or that section of track, it turns red. So the person in here, we call them a dispatcher. They are in control of the trains when we're doing operations or whatever. If they see a red area, they know they can't put another train in there without a wreck. Wrecks are never good, even on a model railroad. This is the electronics area of the HO exhibit. I call it the hole because it's going to be completely enclosed, but a lot of the electrical equipment's back here. Behind you is a drawer that has CMRI equipment, like I mentioned earlier, and also here on this is the main portion of it. This is where it comes from a computer in the back, and then it feeds into here and it goes throughout this area, and all the wiring you see is controlled from these boards.
Another goal for the museum is history. People can come to our museum and learn a lot about the railroads.
Right here was where the Oregon-California trails started. It's exciting for kids when they come in here. We get to tell them the history of the trails, that this is where the pioneers started, and they would get their barrel of flour. They would get their barrel of water from the spring. And so right out here on the side where the caboose is now, that was the camping area where they actually started the trails.
We do seminars, we do talks.
We have a program here that's called the Lionel Engineer in Training. It's a little card that we give our little train enthusiasts that come in the door, and they are so excited to be here, and they want to touch, they want to learn. And so what we have designed is this little card that says here, in 5 visits, they will have completed the Lionel training.
The more donors we get, of course, the better our museum's going to be. We're always looking for more donors. We're looking for, we sell memberships to the museum. We have a great force of volunteers to help us. Donations is what's going to really help our museum a lot, and we've done very well. We call it right now, we're mostly supported by our community people.
One of the things that I would like to thank is our donors that have donated money monetarily, and as well our volunteers that physically put in their hours and their talents. If it wasn't for them, we would not be where we are today. We've had great collections that were donated, and what's interesting that kind of surprised me is our actual, I'm going to get all choked up. What's interesting to me is that the monetary, the monies that come in, a lot of them is from our volunteers. Dale is always saying it's our community, and it is our community, but it's really even closer than that, is that our volunteers will see, oh, we need some money to do this. We have to create this. So I am grateful for our volunteers. Not only do they give their time, they give their money as well.
We hope that when they first come in here that they're going to see the history that we're trying to show for the state of Missouri through all the different artifacts, the different pieces that have been are on display and exhibit from our artifacts. That some of our artifacts date back to the 1890s. We'll have an incredible display of Union Station that is being scratch built by 7 different volunteers. To us, it's going to be the 8th wonder of the world. But people are going to learn about the railroading in the state of Missouri, the history and how it moved people across the state.
Model railroading is kind of a dying hobby. The younger generations don't see it as a hobby as much, and when we can inspire somebody to come in and start enjoying it, we know that it will live on.
There's so many things to see in this building. It's really difficult to pick out one item. Seeing the dioramas that have been made, the scratch built, the detail, and just looking at it, it's like, how could anybody do that? Because it's just such talent.
The reason that I personally, with my husband, volunteer here, I believe that this is an opportunity to be a part of something at ground level. That way, it's almost like a legacy years from now, when my grandkids now, they are 17, 19, and 23, and they have been up here on volunteering on train days and everything, so they understand the passion that their Papa and Nana had for the museum. And I encourage other retirees or people that on their weekends, this is an opportunity to come and be a part of something that is at the beginning, and it is growing and it is amazing. So who knows what it will be years from now, but that's exciting. That's what gets us out of bed every day.